Let's discuss now some rules which control spelling in the English language. Rule 1. Rule 1 is about the order between letters E and I in words which contain the sound E, long E. When the sound is long E, here we have to write the I before the E. You have examples: believe, chief, niece, field, chilled. In all these words, the sound is long E. Therefore, we are obliged to have the I before the E. There is one exception. After the letter C, we should reverse the order. Ceiling, receive, deceit, conceit, perceive. Although the sound is long E, we write E, then I, because we have the letter C. When the word contains these two letters, but it doesn't sound like E, long E, it sounds, for example, like A. Here, again, we write EI, like wait, veil, vein, rain, and rain. Concerning this last point, there are some exceptions, like the word foreigner, leisure, either, neither, and height. The second rule is about words which end in L and to which we add the suffix ly. Here, keep the original L when adding ly to a word ending in L. For example, actual, actually, beautiful, beautifully, cheerful, cheerfully, final, finally, real, really. Here you see that we keep the original L and then we add the suffix ly. Horizontal, horizontally, hopeful, hopefully. But notice the word family. Many students write the word family with double L. There is no reason to write the word family with double L. It's just one L. The third rule is about words which end in silent E. When we have the letter E and it is silent, it's not pronounced. You have to drop it before a suffix which begins with a vowel. For instance, admire, the word admire ends in E, which is silent. We add the suffix able and we get the word admirable without E. Argue, arguing without E. Large, largest without E. Enclose, enclosing without E. And scarce, scarcity without E. There's an exception here. You should keep the final E after C or G when adding a suffix which begins with A, E, or O. For instance, charge, chargeable, we keep the E. Notice, because it contains C, noticeable, we keep the E. Carriage, courageous, we keep the E. Rule 4 is about final E, but before a consonant. Keep the final E, which is always silent, before a suffix which begins with a consonant. So here, when the suffix begins with a consonant, the rule changes. We have to keep the E. Amaze, amazement. Atone, atonement. Hope, hopeful. Fortunate, fortunately. Use, useful. There are some exceptions in the English language, and you have to learn those exceptions by heart. Acknowledgement. Here, concerning the word acknowledgement, there are two possible spellings. One is British and the other is American. One with E, the other without E. Argument, you see that although the suffix starts with an M, which is a consonant, we don't keep the E. Awful, the same thing. Duly, judgment. Ninth, truly and wholly. So you have to learn these words by heart. Now rule 5 is about another case. Here it is about whether we change the final Y into I or we keep it as it is when we add a suffix. So it depends. We look at the last examples. Supply. Now the Y is preceded by a consonant L. Right. So when we add the suffix, Y becomes I. Now, if Y is preceded by a vowel, like in pray, here we don't change Y, we keep it as it is when we add a consonant, because it is preceded by a vowel. So, if final Y is preceded by a consonant, change Y to I when you add a suffix. But notice the following forms: apply, applying. Y does not change to I if the suffix begins with I. Play, player. Y does not change to I if Y is preceded by a vowel. Rule 6 is about doubling the final consonant in one-syllable words. Words which contain only one syllable. There are two types of words which contain one syllable. There are words which contain a short vowel and others which contain a long vowel or a diphthong. When the word contains a short vowel and it ends in a consonant, when we add a suffix at the end of this word, the consonant should be doubled, like bat, batter. The final consonant T is doubled. Big, biggest. The consonant at the end of the word is doubled, simply because the vowel in this word is short, bat or big. There are many words of this sort, like skip, skipped, stop, stopped, scan, scanned, skim, skimmed. In all these words, we double the final consonant. Now, we take the second case when the vowel is long or there is a diphthong. We do not double the consonant. So, what happens when the final consonant is preceded by more than one vowel? It means a long vowel or a diphthong. Here, beat, beaten, one T. Sail, sailed, one L. Dream, dreamer, one M. Fool, foolish, one L. Foam, foaming, one M. In Rule 6, we dealt with words which contain one syllable. Now in Rule 7, we'll deal with words which contain two syllables. So if a word has more than one syllable, and the accent, here we mean by the accent stress, is on the last syllable. So this last syllable is stressed. The same rule applies. As for a one-syllable word, it means that we should double the final consonant, like commit, committed. Here, stress is on the second syllable. We say commit, mit is stressed. Control, Control, this is the second syllable, it is stressed. Controlling, double L. Equip, equipped. Propel, propeller. Refer, referred.